Hi all, I'm Hardy. Welcome to the next episode of my Viejo Viajero segment of my YouTube channel, in which we'll be seeing some local sites around the Philippines. This segment, we're going to Baguio City in the north of Philippines. Baguio is the only bump in a long ride up the coast from Manila to the far reaches of North Luzon Island. I'm sure there's a route that hugs the coast the entire way, but I wanted to stop at Baguio first before continuing. Manila is only 150 miles, that's 250 kilometers away from Baguio, but after a 7-hour bus ride, it seems much further. That's because the going is so slow through town after congested town full of motorbikes and three-wheelers putt-putting around and clogging up the main road that it's almost impossible to travel more than 50 miles, 60 kilometers per hour. Factor in rest stops, and that's a slow go. It's worth it though. I was skeptical up until the last hour that Baguio was truly a mountain town, but sure enough, we finally start climbing and the scenery immediately becomes more interesting, and the roadside's full of wood carvings and furniture made from the local forest. This region is called the Cordillera mountain range, sure, but without any real connection to the Spanish language other than through the past. Terms are subject to change over time. Baguio is cool. And I don't just mean the weather, though that's significant at this altitude of some 1,400 meters, around 4,500 feet. It's a nice place also, a true garden city in every sense of the term, complete with orchidarium, a term I was heretofore unfamiliar with. The markets are replete with broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, beans, and all kinds of greens. A fact reflected in the local cuisine, too, with quite a few more vegetarian options than seemed readily available in Manila, or even vegan, ironically. Baguio is the southern capital of the Philippines, where all the lowlanders come up to get cool off for the summer. It's the kind of place that I like also as a traveler. A mid-sized city, something like Montego Bay to Jamaica's Kingston, big enough to allow for plenty of diversity without being so big that it's overwhelming and crime-ridden. Sure, there's some petty crime, but here it's mostly good, clean fun. Bars with more guitars than girls, song and dance shows instead of dog and pony shows. Long walks of the order of the day, and the scenery is nothing short of splendid. All in all, it's pretty darn delightful. By some quirk of fate, I seem to be staying in one of the town's leading hotels. Its ads plastered all over the roadside on the way up. In fact, it's about the only place I could book online through any normal sites, same as vegan. This is not a situation I normally find myself in. That says something important about the reasonable prices in the Philippines, and also about my desire for Wi-Fi, whenever and wherever possible. Of course, the room sucks. I can't stay in a room without windows. Why did they do this to me, unless they want to see claw marks and plaster? That little patch of blue is my wormhole to another dimension. Okay, I guess translucent glass bricks are better than nothing, but not much. I've already booked a different place for their turn. And room discounting is heavy here, as well as Manila. Special rates by the hour, by the half day, after midnight, walk-in only, locals only, you name it. I've never seen anything like it. The predominant local art here, as elsewhere in the Philippines, are the jeepneys. That's the local transport, adorned and styled to taste. Smaller cities such as Vigan may be the exception, with their smaller three-wheelers similarly adorned and dominating local transport need. Or that may just be Vigan. Other towns along the road tend to limit their creativity to color selection, to which they all conform within each town. So that scattered along the way are green towns, yellow towns, pink towns, and so forth. You can't see that every day. The kids love it. Then I go to the big new mall up the hill. They still have mall rats here. Does anyone still go to the malls in the U.S.? It's certainly not the paradigm that it used to be. Internet is. The rainy day depresses me, and the windowless cubicle doesn't help. Fortunately, the net's up at least half the time, like flickering consciousness, so that it has to suffice as my little patch of blue on a day like today. Hopefully, the sun will be out tomorrow, so I can get out and see some landscape. That's my porn and my Bible and everything in between. What I just quoted you was written 13 years ago. So now it's time for the 2026 update. And it's interesting to see what's changed. Answer, not much. Bottom line, there really isn't all that much to do in Baguio City, though it's certainly nice enough, especially its mile-high perch over the lowlands. They're fighting for their lives here to keep the developers at bay, and they're market free and funky, but their efforts may or may not bear fruit. So I occupy my time with brisk waltz through confusing maps with little hope of finding a pattern in it all. I did stay on the opposite side of town this time, near the bus station, so that's totally different. For one thing, it's far from the main business district. That makes it cheaper and in many ways better, even if more distant. Other than that, not much to talk about. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. And next time we'll go to Angeles City, down the road. Bye-bye. Thanks now.